I'm going to do a quick video for you here. This is an SD40-2 after and they're ready to roll. Has working ditch lights. Has incandescent bulbs. It doesn't have LEDs. But the reason I was going to show you this was my layout's kind of going to be like a switching layout. It's not really going to be a full circle layout. So I try to make my locomotives so they pull hard, they go slower. I want to make them look like they're more under a load. So I try to do mine a little different than probably most people do. So mine go off, do a little slower. So I'm going to show you this, and then I'll go in here and I'll show you some of the CVs and stuff that I did. So here, I'll show you what it does here. As you see, I'm going to throttle up here. You'll hear the motor revving, but it's not going nowhere. So here we go. It still sounds like it's pulling hard. I'm somewhere right around 30% here on the throttle. But once you get cars and stuff on it, I mean, it'll really feel like it's pulling. I'm not going to have 2 or 3 locomotives pulling cars like on a layout or a club layout. So I like to put a load under mine. So. Okay, now here we'll get in here and I'll show you some of the CVs that I use. Alright, we're going to give you a quick rundown of the CVs set for the SD40-2 that I just showed you with the tsunami sound. This is the accelerator rate and brake rate, which this here is actually CV3, CV4. You can go in and change it individually, and I'll show you that later in the CV, just the CV sections. But I have mine set at 30, which means it will take off slower. And then the 20, which means when I turn the throttle back to 0, it will actually coast and idle down and coast, another 5-10 feet or whatever you got to set at longer before it comes to a complete stop. These are different from locomotive. You get Atlas, and each one seems to do a little different, just depending on the motor, it seems. But you can tweak these a little bit how you want them. Some people may want them to go farther, some people want them to go less. I like mine to roll a little farther, so we will go. These are the basic controls. Speed control. This is your start voltage. Mine is at 0. I don't really mess with it. Some people do. Some people don't, but I don't. So we'll move over to the speed table. Zoom out here a little bit. As you can see, this is the speed table I use. And there's a big difference between the curve 2 and 3, which mine takes off a lot slower. So we'll zoom out a little bit here, so you can kind of get an idea of what we got. When you get it from factory default, pretty much it's a straight line from here to here. There's no curve. It's just a straight line. So these are preset curves in here. So this allows you to this is your speed table here from 0 to 255. So all you're doing is putting an arch in here. So actually you're going slower, 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 and then as it comes up, it'll start speeding up, speeding up, speeding up. And it's kind of, that's how you got to look at it, as the curve kind of goes like this. So the more you have down this way, the slower your locomotive will go. The more these are higher on this end, it will take off faster. So this kind of gives you a gradual incline on speed. So it's not all there at once. So that's what I have, and people are different on that. You know, that's where I like mine. So the forward trim, mine's set at 128. Sometimes I do put it on 70. On the reverse trim also 70. So, but this one here has got, I got it set at 128. So let's get out of here. We'll go to sound. These are pretty much still the same. I haven't messed with any of these. As you can see, nothing fancy on these here. Just about right. Quiet mode time. Sound level. Have air compressor, air tank, brake squeal, brake release, coupler, volume. We got radiator, dynamic, exhaust, bell, horn, and your master volume here. Master volume, I have mine all the way up. Some people don't like them up. I do. I turn the belt volume down some. I have my brake squeal volume up. Most of them I kind of keep in between. We'll come over here to the CVs. And as you can see, this is where you can come in and control individual CVs. Like I showed you earlier, CV3 it was set at 30 for the acceleration. CV4 was set at 20 for the brake. And also, like if some of you wanting flash and ditch lights, I'll show you here. Those are on CV51 and 52. And I do mine through the actual JMR, but I was just going to show you here. To get your alternating flash and ditch lights, CV51 should be set at 41. CV52 should be set at 57. I just thought I'd come down and scroll to show you that real fast here. And the reason I don't mess with that is because, as you can see in here, we have the tsunami lighting. So when you come down here to this, this pretty much has everything you need. And all you do is click and you're pretty much done. As you can see here, you can get it down a little bit here. This is your FX5. This is your F5 effect. So it's set at type 1 ditch light. And then you use phase A normal. And then it's set for incandescent light bulbs since I don't have LEDs. And then you will come down to F6. This is set at ditch lights. But then you set it to phase B opposite. So then it's opposite of what the other one is. So then that way you get your flashing back and forth. Type 2 ditch lights, I believe, I don't remember which one those are, but I believe they stay on is what ditch light 2s are. So that's why you have to go with type 1 to get the alternator, and then they switch back to stay on. And then we have equalizers, sound. I haven't messed with any of these, but I will. Reverb, I will mess with them. Just not got to them yet. And then this basically here just lets you save to the roster, which we already have. So that's just a quick rundown of that. So that'll be it for now. I hope you enjoy. I'm going to do another quick video over here of the scrapyard that I'm working on right now. So I'll do a quick video of that real fast before I go in.